I bring you greetings. Happy New Month once again. Stand up for what is right. I am full of thoughts this day. Please, before I continue, I want to say New Month to you again. Add good to what is your time there. Be it morning, add good to it. Become good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good day. You know what I want to talk about is the decayed system, the military and the police, and how it degenerates to the society and ruin the total. Everything falls apart. So before I continue, I want to say this. Those in the higher places don't say social media full of miscreant. Anything can come across social media. At the end of the day, you still go down to social media and pass your information, share your news and whatever. There are good here, there is ugly here, there is bad here. So it is in everything, even in those places that you're sitting. So if you see my video, don't say who is talking, who is saying this, who are you, whose son are you, who do you know, where you're coming from. No. If you don't like my face, please try to keep something somewhere and listen to the message. You might get something from it. Yes, nobody knows everything. Nobody is an encyclopedia of wisdom. But this is not about wisdom. It's something that happens temporarily every day. So, the decayed system, unprofessionalism, giving appointment on favoritism, on party politics, and so negligent on duty, lackadaisical attitude on professionals and appointed officers and politicians, corruption, and how these degenerate and ruin the entire society. First of all, I just want to talk about, I want to cite an example with the police and its military. These days, it's very common. I'm not going to show you a video because something that happens every day. If I want to show you videos for footages, how many can I show you? It's very common to see police beating or fighting the soldiers or soldiers beating the police, and some of the military men sent to go and beat families, boys, civilians, and things like that. So it's very common today. Police shooting people on a very slightest mistake, and a whole lot indeed. So you call to questions. Were they trained at all? How is this thing happening this way? First of all, the society is getting so toxic these days that nobody knows how this is going to be solved. Corruption is the number one issue. When you are given money to do something, you embezzle that money and you now want to do damage control. For example, the corruption started from up to down. Sometimes the police allocation is being sent to police. At least anyone that gets to them, they will now cut their own and keep on cutting it before it gets to those who actually needs it. Nothing will be left to train the police, to provide for them, to in fact to look after that force. I have a lot of friends in police, I have a lot of friends in military, so I am not going to offend anybody. I respect them, their service, those who are actually serving us, because I don't even know who some of these guys are serving. Honestly, it's very damaging. So in the very slightest thing, you see police fighting the soldiers, you see soldiers fighting the police, you see soldiers beating civilians, you see a lot. So first of all, the police officers don't even know when to shoot their gun. The police officers don't even know that collecting bribe on the street, on the roads, is a crime. The police officer don't even know that searching somebody's phone and having an eye inside somebody's privacy is a crime. It's against the ethics of police. Know when to search somebody's phone. Maybe you were directed or somebody, you have a search warrant for that. You don't do that no matter what. You don't just see somebody and start beating him, calling him names without having search warrant or investigating that person. And in fact, it seems as if they don't have any training at all. And again, those of you in the high places or police force, discharging officers, it's good to discharge officers who get it wrong. But what I want to ask is, what is the provision? What are the disciplinary measures set before, discharging officer? Because he's going to be a criminal. Because, it is Thomas Sankara who said that if an officer, be it the police or a soldier, without any professional, skill or political ideology, is just a potential criminal. Just know that. He don't have option than to join crime. And when he look at the system, what happened, you hide the truth. Because now he's the person that on the camera, you now discharge him unjustly. You know that he will resort to crime. Because he's not going to go outside and say what happened, what you've been doing. They are your errand boys. They are doing all that for you. He will simply join crime. So, the training both in the military, in the place, let me say that of the military is a bit different, But what I want to complain there is that what is meant for them is not reaching to them. These guys are really suffering. Some are wasting in the forests, fighting what they don't know. Even what they're fighting, sometimes you will hear something like ceasefire and back off. Those things are very, it's destroying us totally. You don't find an endless war, You don't bring an ant-infested firewood in the house and killing the ants and sending people to go and kill the ants and telling us that you are killing the ants. That we should commend you that you kill all the ants. You know that they are human beings. And you that is sitting there, you think it doesn't concern you because you're sitting on top. One day, it will get to you because your children, your relations, even when you are not here, you know that. It will get to you. Your children might be beat up in the street, might be humiliated, intimidated, even in the police and all this. Even you who is doing all this because you are sitting on a seat of power, a day shall come when you will come down from that power, you become ordinary civilian. What awaits you? This thing is like, a round thing. It's a chain. It's a round thing, just like the sun moving around the orbit. You get it? Whatever you left on the way, you will meet it while coming back. You shall still meet it while coming back. It is very simple. The corruption in the high places, the negligence in the high places, the favoritism, the political appointment of who person that knows person. Actually who is due for the job, who actually have what it takes. You wouldn't give it to him because he's not in your party, he's not from your tribe, and whatever. You give it to somebody who is completely incompetent. And he's there doing whatever he wants. That is how that descends and spread to the society, and the society keep on decaying to the extent that you can't even control it at a point. You get what I'm trying to say? Things are falling apart completely now. The center cannot hold. And there is no how you can take medicine for headache when you know that you've not eaten, that it's from the stomach. What actually causing the problem is from your stomach. You have to get the stomach treated, purged, and it is very easy for you to, the headache can even go without being treated. So what am I trying to say? Let us begin to do, this message is in fact going to those of them in the high places. You get it? You are not just the best because on the high places. It's just an opportunity. Do something with that opportunity. Thank you to all of you guys who are doing it best, but try as much as possible to make that your best, to get to be known and get to be made.